Okay, so last question. We are on the lovely Thor question. So Thor has 25 chocolate bars. Okay, and sorry, let's change this here. He gives 3 chocolate bars away to each person who helps him clean his unicycle. Okay, so he starts out with 25, and every person that helps him, it's deducting 3 chocolate bars away from that amount. Okay, really, really important. We have no idea how many friends he's going to be having to help him clean his unicycle. So it says write a relation to show how the number of chocolate bars that remain is related to the number of helpers. So they want us to create a expression. So if we have 25 chocolate bars, and every time he's subtracting 3, okay? We don't know how many people are helping him, so I'm going to represent that as n, because 3 times 1 would give me 3. I'm still deducting 3 chocolate bars away from 25. If I had 2 friends, then I'm taking the 3 chocolate bars, timesing it by 2, that would be 6. So every time, this would be representing the helpers, and I'm timesing it by 3 because they each get 3 every time. Okay, so let's just double check if the relation is correct. It is 25 minus 3n. So it says complete the table. Now, I know it's already done here for you, but we are going to just go through and see if we have done it correctly. I'm going to use this space here, seeing as though the relation is already created. Okay, so 25 minus 3 times 0. Well, I know that 3 times 0 is 0, minus 25 gives me 25. So that would be correct. 25 minus 3 times 1 gives me 3 minus, or sorry, 25 minus 3, which gives me 22, which is our next one. And then lastly, 25 minus 3 times, is it 2? Yeah. So if there's 2 helpers, then there would be 6 chocolate bars being deducted, and he would be left with 19. So as you can see here, constantly it's minusing 3 each time. Okay, and then I can follow that pattern all the way down until I've completed the chart. So we are going to graph this. Now yours is just a blank slate. Let's first go over what the input is. So n is going to represent, and as it says here in the question, the number of helpers. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that the input signifies the number of helpers. Okay, the output represents the number of chocolate bars left. Okay, let's go to the scaling of this graph. So, oh wait, let's first do some labeling. This is our x, and this is our y, and our input is always going to be on our x-axis. So this is going to represent the number of helpers. I'm going to capitalize that. And then here, this represents the number of chocolate bars left. Okay, so here on the bottom, the scale is going up by 1, so I just maintained a 4 space difference, and I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I made it longer so that it, it wouldn't be all scrunched up in this area here. And then here, although it's starting at 25 and going down to 7, I'm still starting at 0 and going up like I would a normal graph. You never want to start at 25 and then work your way down. So I decided that I'm starting at 0 and I'm going basically from 1 minusing 3 each time. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot this. So 0 is my x-axis. I'm going to go all the way up to 25. So that's my first dot. 1 is going to be 22. 2 is going to be 19. 3 is going to be 16, which is right here, I believe. Okay, 4 is 13. One over, there we are. It's definitely easier to have a ruler handy so that you can kind of make sure that you're on the correct line. Granted, this graph is not the best. And then 6 is 7. And I should go down one more. Which is right there. Okay, so as you can see, it's forming that nice straight line. And it's going down because eventually Poor is going to end up with 0 chocolate bars left in his bag. Because depending on the amount of helpers, he needs to, clean that unicycle of his. So the only thing that we have left to do is a nice title. We've labeled both the X and Y axes. We've labeled the given a title to each of those. So there can be many titles that you can use. I'm going to use Thor's remaining chocolate bars. Okay, so there you have it. That is example number 2.